I haven't had a chance to talk to you in a little bit, and a lot has happened, especially in your club life.
Yeah.
How would you describe it?
Challenging, new, because I've never been in this situation like this, where I had to find a new opportunity mid-season. But it was maybe something I needed in my career. Maybe I'm still trying to figure out the whys and how and what can I take of the situation to help me to progress. Because I'm not gonna not downplay it. The word is look at it the wrong way. I'm gonna look at it the positive way and tell myself that I need to grow, and this could help me grow. So that's how I'm looking at it now.
But is it a maturing moment too?
Yeah.
Like when you watch coaches
Yeah.
get up in front of a microphone,
Yeah.
and De Zerbi gets up in front of a microphone and starts talking about your place in the team, and I know how much you love this game. I mean, the whole country saw how much you love this game during Copa America. How does that make you feel?
I'll be honest. It's been a couple of years now. I'm in the sport, and what can I say is people are gonna say stuff. People are gonna say stuff, and you need to stay. You need to know who you are. You need to know where you come from. You need to know the work you put in to get to where you are, because that's gonna keep you leveled, but that's gonna keep you at a level that you're gonna keep pushing, because you know that you come from basically nothing, right? And you have to work your way through it. But I say this to say that you have to know who you are. So when people say stuff, it's like, okay, like I know who I am. I know where I come from. I know the love that I have for this game. I know what I bring to this game. So it didn't, it bothered me in a way that I didn't think he was gonna say that, but it didn't bother me in a way like it's gonna take me down. It's just like, okay, it's another coach having opinions, really.
So when they had those opinions, though,
Yeah.
how do you go ahead and what lessons do you take out of it? Because coaches are different personalities, right? And I'll get to how Jesse and you have formed a bond. But coaches have their motives, coaches have their reasons why. Do you take any lessons from it beyond just like in yourself and how you are as a professional footballer? Because we've talked about this how many times. It was only a handful of years ago that you were just putting your boots on for your hometown club, and all of a sudden you find yourself in the championship, and then you find yourself at one of the most passionate clubs, if not in Europe and France, in the world. Like, what lessons do you take out of those about being a professional footballer, about the things that you have to do so that you stay above that stuff?
Well, first of all, I'm someone that likes to learn. I just think there's so much when you go into this game, when you go into life, and at that age, you need to be ears wide open and eyes just wide open, ready to take every lesson you can get, because that's how you're gonna progress. I've came into that club, speaking about Marseille, just ready to learn, ready to grow. And I felt like even if it didn't work for me down there, I still took great lessons. How to be a professional. I was around players that played so many games in their career. They played Champions League. They played against the best players in the world. So there was so many lessons taken on and off the pitch. That's what I mean by like I'm taking it the right way, because it's just a way for me to get better. Also, it could have been no problems and I just flew and I just go to the top after, but maybe I would have learned what I needed to learn to go after to the top, right? That's how I see it. And so I took so much, and I think also I'm in those situations. That's when you get to know yourself a little bit better, and you get to understand the sport a little bit better. Like you said, it's only been a handful of years, so there's so much I need to learn. But then those type of situations put you back to the wall, and then that's where you have to breathe and be like, okay, this is happening. How I'm gonna face it? I'm gonna change. How am I gonna dwell and be like, how what's happening to me? Or am I gonna be like, okay, now you take a step back and then you're able to move forward after. So that's the way I'm looking at it right now.
When you put that jersey on, what do you know about yourself, and what do you know about the team when you have that flag on your chest and the name and the number on the back?
That we're a pretty good team. We're winners. That we will do what it takes, and we'll show it. And we'll show that we're not too far. And we need to close that gap, because we have the players now, we have the team, and we have the coach, and we have the staff around us, and we have everything we need to make that step. And that We're proud. We're proud. Now it's an honor to be Canadian. Before it used to be like, oh, you're Canadian. You're just a hockey player. Now you're football. You could play soccer. You could play soccer. You could play at a high level. You can represent your country, and it's an honor. That's what I mean by it's an honor, because before it wasn't like this, and to be in this generation, I changed it, and I brought it to a different level than what it was. It's just an honor. We have to keep going, because there's so much to be done, but we're hungry.
Has anything changed? I mean, have you been hearing about how much more unity there is back home?
Yeah.
All the attention about the political stuff. I'm not asking you to be a political commentator, but I want to know if you felt it. If knowing the kind of impact that you've made on changing that narrative, especially with this team, have you felt how much more pride there is and how much more passion there is for people to see Canada not only embrace itself as a nation, but to see it succeed on an international level?
100%. The culture, the football culture has changed it a lot. People are unified way more. I can see it now. It brings, because you know how much soccer could bring people together. And the fact that we're able to do what we're doing now, it just brings people closer. And yes, I've seen that change, of course.
Who on this team brings you closer? Who on this team, as you've gone through everything that you've gone through, especially over the last 3-4 months, who's the person that you've relied on and leaned on, or who's reached out to you? Because how many times have we talked about brotherhood with this team? Yeah. But who is that person, or is there more than one?
There's been, like you said, we're brothers. So it wasn't just one person reaching out to me and telling me to keep going and to keep my head up and to stay focused and to remember where I came from and to keep putting the work every day. It was more than I can count on my hand. People reaching out to me on both of my hands, reaching out to me.
Any message those stick out the most?
I would say the coach. You wouldn't think, but you would think mostly the players, right? But then the coach was the one that reached out to me the most in my toughest situation, and that says a lot about him. And like you said, today we're able to have a fair understanding of each other. And I think that just comes from him being true and just being a true winner and just make sure everything is right to win. And when he sent me those messages, to be honest, I was shocked, but in a good way. I was shocked in a good way because I knew he was a good person, but to do that, it's not every coach that would do it, you know. In this football world, they show you that they're very up to the next. And he didn't let me down, so yeah, I would say that was the message that really stuck out to me.
Was there one that you remember?
There was the one where, because he came to see me and Derek in Marseille, and then my situation was already a bit difficult. And then after a couple of games, he sent me a message to say to keep going, to just keep pushing, to show what I can do, to just be the guy that you know that I could be, you know, to show my qualities every day. And if it doesn't work there, it could possibly work somewhere else, but just to keep working. When you work and you stay true to yourself, good things will happen. It'll take time. Maybe it'll take 2 years, it'll take 1 year, it'll take 6 months. But at the end of the day, you'll be able to go back up. So that's what his message to me.
Finally, when we take a look at the games coming up, maybe you haven't been playing as much as you would have wanted leading up to it.
Yeah.
If you get your number called to start, if Jesse relies on you the same way that he did at many times during Copa America, knowing the faith that he's put into you and knowing the way he supported you, what kind of effort will you want to give if your number is called?
Everything. Since I put this jersey on, it's just been everything. You have to give everything. You can't. There's no half measure. You can't come in this team thinking it's already granted that you're just gonna play. It can't be. And now that I know more, now that they have my back, everything. It don't matter that I didn't play that many games as I would like to. It's the country. You have to go and you represent it. Simple as that. Simple. You do everything that you can. If you get injured, you get injured, but you represented your country. That's just what it is. Simple.